Imagine spending thousands of dollars on a once-in-a-decade vacation, only to discover that you are unwelcome, locals blame you for their high rent prices, and the government is actively passing laws to make your trip less convenient and more costly. Then, imagine visiting a country that is thankful you selected them as your travel destination and wants to make your stay as pleasant, safe, and meaningful as possible, all while genuinely benefiting from your presence as a tourist. Now, I would bet that just about every human alive would select the second option, and yet few feel equipped to navigate the often complicated world of over-tourism, under-tourism, and the intersection of these with LGBTQ rights and safety. As such, in today's video, we are going to cover 5 LGBTQ-friendly countries that actually want you to visit them in 2026. These are countries that are genuinely trying to attract more visitors, boast robust LGBTQ rights scores, and view your presence as a net positive rather than a burden. To those who may be new here, I am a gay political scientist and world traveler who has been to more than 70 countries across 5 continents. I make videos covering geopolitics, travel, and news from an LGBTQ perspective so that you can stay informed, stay safe, and make travel and spending decisions that align with your values in this ever-changing and complex world. But now, without any further delay, our journey today begins with the insanely underrated constituent country of Greenland within the broader kingdom of Denmark. Most of you may already be aware that Greenland is a country with a tiny population of just around 57,000, and yet it is also one of the largest in the world by land area, meaning that there is plenty of space available for the further development of tourism without the common side effect of displacing local populations. It is estimated that in 2025, just over 150,000 individuals visited Greenland, a number that may sound somewhat substantial, but in reality makes the country one of the least visited places in the entire world. The Greenlandic government is openly trying to increase visitors more than threefold to nearly 500,000 arrivals yearly by the early 2030s, as it views tourism as a far more sustainable and healthy pathway to economic growth than mining or other forms of resource extraction would be. You see, Greenland is one of the most pristine, naturally beautiful, and visually stunning locations on Earth. The local Inuit culture is alive and thriving, and something the country is excited to share with the world. And the ability to see the northern lights while dog sledding as you breathe in some of the cleanest air on Earth is something I would personally love to experience one day. Also, in the summer, temperatures can routinely reach 15 degrees Celsius or 60 degrees Fahrenheit in various parts of the country. In fact, some parts of Greenland are truly quite green, and there are many activities that don't involve snow or ice for those less glacially inclined. And on top of its immense natural beauty and its wish for sustainable growth and tourism, there is also the fact that Greenland is one of the most queer-friendly places in the world. In 2026, Greenland actually ties with Iceland for the title of most LGBTQ-friendly country on Earth in terms of legislation. Yes, you heard that right. Greenland's laws are literally some of the best on the planet, some of which are due to Danish legislation and other laws directly passed by lawmakers in Greenland itself. Non-binary people are fully recognized under the law in Greenland, trans people are able to change their legal gender without restrictions, and all forms of discrimination and hate crimes are strictly prosecuted. Furthermore, in 2016, Greenland achieved marriage equality independently of Denmark, which did so in 2012. Just one of many examples highlighting the fact that Greenland is not merely progressive due to its ties to Denmark, but rather that Greenland has truly chosen to embrace our community of its own accord. Now, with all the talk of the dirty orange rump trying to illegally take control of Greenland, it is worth showcasing that Greenland's LGBTQ rights score is a massive 9 points higher than the USA, and any American takeover of the country would lead to a massive regression of queer rights as a result. For this reason, and obviously countless others, our global community should be especially proactive in condemning the imperial ambitions of the current regime in Washington and vocally stand up for this country that has done much to stand up for us and our right to exist freely and safely. And for now, just know that Greenland wants more tourists, It views the travel industry as a viable and more environmentally friendly alternative to resource extraction, and the fact that Greenland is also incredibly LGBTQ friendly makes it a spectacular addition to your future travel plans. Moving on now, almost directly south for about 10,000 kilometers, we eventually arrive in the South American country of Uruguay. Last year, roughly 3.2 million people visited Uruguay, which is a number far larger than what we see in Greenland, but one that is still quite small by international standards. The government of Uruguay is currently working to promote the country as a peaceful, safe, and sustainable destination in hopes of increasing arrivals dramatically in the coming years. So, those booking a trip to the country are able to have the peace of mind that comes with knowing they are not only welcome, but also appreciated, which is genuinely an incredible feeling that should not be underestimated when deciding where to visit. Furthermore, Uruguay is currently ranked as the third most LGBTQ friendly country on Earth, behind only Iceland, the constituent country of Greenland, and Norway. The only area of legislation in which further progress is desperately required is that of recognition for non-binary individuals, in order for them to obtain accurate legal documentation. Beyond this, Uruguay earns a perfect score in literally every other legislative area. It has the fourth best public opinion score in the world too, which is important, as it shows that progress has gone beyond the legal arena and into people's hearts and minds. In addition to Uruguay's truly wonderful LGBTQ rights situation and its desire for more visitors, the country also boasts many pristine beaches and natural areas that are at their warmest just as the northern hemisphere enters the depths of winter, making it a great place for North Americans and Europeans in particular to escape the cold. Uruguay is also famous for being a very stable and well-run country, which its capital and largest city, Montevideo, offering Latin American charm with European levels of safety and convenience. At the end of the day, it's just about impossible to beat a hospitable and beautiful country that respects our rights and welcomes us with open arms. So while the plane tickets can be a bit pricey depending on where you call home, Uruguay is definitely a place that every LGBTQ person should have on their radar. But now, before we finish with today's video, I want to share with you all some incredible news. I am so proud to announce that Queer Kingdom is now in partnership with Queer Calendar, a new LGBTQ event discovery and ticketing platform built by and for our community. Queer Calendar has recently stepped up to support our Queer Kingdom in a truly powerful way that will help me to continue focusing on creating videos like this one. I'm beyond excited and grateful to be able to work with a company that genuinely aligns with each and every one of my values, goals, and aspirations for this community that I love so dearly. If you host public LGBTQ events, whether free or ticketed, email me and we will get your host profile set up and ready to go. And for everyone else, hold tight, because the official app launch is around the corner and you will soon be discovering queer events all across your city. For now, you just need to know that this is a key piece of queer digital infrastructure that will soon be at your fingertips, and I can't wait to share more with you very soon. Our journey now takes us to East Asia, where we arrive in one of my personal favorite places in the world, the island country of Taiwan. Now, it may be surprising to hear, but Taiwan's tourism sector is currently struggling a fair bit, and the government is working hard to boost arrivals. In 2025, an estimated 8 million people visited the country, which is 4 million below the 12 million person peak in 2019. Ever since COVID, the government of Taiwan has been working to attract more visitors, as this 4 million person gap has been a sore spot in the overall very successful Taiwanese economy. Meaning that, like the other countries we have covered so far today, when you visit Taiwan, you are picking a country that truly is glad to have you, which is even more meaningful when we consider that Taiwan is also one of the most LGBTQ-friendly places in all of Asia. Back in 2019, for example, Taiwan became the first country on the entire continent to achieve marriage equality. Also, Taipei's annual Pride Parade is the largest in East Asia, drawing around 150,000 marchers and spectators in 2025 alone, a testament to both the size of the community and the vibrancy of queer culture here. The last time I personally visited was in 2019, and honestly, I miss the country so much. Don't even get me started on the food. Literally some of the best in the world, in my opinion. But to refocus now, it is worth also highlighting that Taiwan has made legal progress beyond marriage equality in areas such as banning conversion therapy and passing anti discrimination laws. And yet, there remains a great need for further legislation in areas like trans rights, as surgery is still required before someone can change their legal gender, and non binary and third gender individuals are still unable to obtain accurate documentation. But despite these very real legal shortcomings, Taiwan is undoubtedly a very safe and open country for our community to visit. And when this LGBTQ friendliness is taken in conjunction with the fact that Taiwan openly wants more tourists, it is easy to see how it secures its position as one of the best destinations in the world for queer travelers going into 2026. Turning our compass now towards Southeast Asia, the Kingdom of Thailand comes into view. Now, this is a country that has long been famous as a hotspot for international travel, and yet, in recent years, it has seen a steep decline in arrivals. In 2019, Thailand was drawing nearly 40 million visitors a year, whereas last year, just under 35 million arrivals were recorded, making it one of the steepest declines seen anywhere in the world. A big part of this story comes down to China, which has traditionally been Thailand's largest source of international tourists. Chinese visitor numbers, though, have fallen by more than 5 million in recent years, and Thailand is struggling to find enough travelers from other countries to stabilize its tourism sector. As such, the Thai government and tourism authorities are openly expressing a level of anxiety about this downturn and working hard to attract more international visitors. Now, I will add that certain neighborhoods of Bangkok, resort areas, and coastal cities still see a high degree of tourism, and at times even over-tourism. But the fact remains that as a whole, Thailand is attracting far fewer arrivals than it would like to. So, yes, despite its reputation as a highly touristed country, in 2026, Thailand really would like you to visit. Also, last year, Thailand achieved marriage equality, becoming the second on the continent after only Taiwan. Gender-affirming care is also some of the most accessible and affordable on Earth, and Thai residents even have access to free HRT from the National Health Services. Unfortunately, the government still has yet to pass legislation allowing trans people to change their legal gender, and non-binary individuals are yet to be allowed to obtain accurate documentation, but the government does seem to be in the process of finalizing legislation to address these shortcomings. In terms of societal acceptance, a 2025 poll from Ipsos found that only 5% of individuals polled in the country oppose LGBTQ people being open about their sexual orientation and gender identity, which is one of the lowest levels of opposition found anywhere on Earth. Also, a 2024 poll from Ipsos found that 81% of Thai respondents support access to gender-affirming healthcare for trans youth, with only 11% opposed. Now, I don't think I even need to say this because I know our Queer Kingdom community is incredibly considerate and respectful, but on the off chance that some creep is watching this video, please understand that going to Thailand to fetishize or take advantage of locals is not only cringe and gross but also morally reprehensible and has no place in this community. Thankfully, I imagine this is a very small fraction of people, but Thailand is famous for attracting some of these sort of visitors, so be normal, be respectful, and don't bother visiting if your only reason to go are for ladyboys and brothels. Thailand wants more tourists and is grateful for visitors, but not the messy sex pest kind who go for the wrong reasons. There are so many legitimate reasons to visit this incredible country, ranging from its world-renowned cuisine to its endless natural beauty that includes everything from rainforests to beaches that look like they are directly from a fairy tale. Furthermore, Bangkok's cityscape is architecturally stunning from both a traditional and hyper-modern perspective. Getting to enjoy all of this and so much more in an LGBTQ-friendly country that actually wants more visitors makes Thailand a truly excellent choice on every level. Our journey now continues with us moving to Europe, where we find the Baltic country of Estonia. At this moment, Estonia is the best example on the continent of a country that is both socially progressive and also looking to dramatically expand its tourism sector. You see, countries like Spain, Portugal, and the Netherlands have great LGBTQ rights records, but also have a growing hostility to travelers, while countries like Moldova, Bulgaria, and Serbia are desperate for visitors, but are also horrendous in terms of queer rights, and can even be dangerous for LGBTQ visitors who are visibly queer and or people of color. In fact, I made a video covering these countries and why I would never visit them again. Estonia, on the other hand, represents a rare sweet spot in Europe, a country that is relatively overlooked by vacationers and world travelers, bringing in just over 3.5 million visitors last year, while also being a regional leader in LGBTQ rights. In fact, Estonia would need to increase arrivals by roughly 400,000 in 2026 to even achieve pre-COVID levels of tourism. And in addition to the country's quite pro-travel stance, Estonia is the first and only ex-Soviet country to this day to achieve marriage equality. Gender-affirming care is also fully legal in the country, and trans people can change their gender with a medical diagnosis since 1999, when the requirement for surgery was dropped. I will also just add the personal note that my boyfriend and I have recently spent 2 full months in Estonia, primarily split between Parnu, as the locals would say it would probably sound more like Pärnu, which is a small and charming coastal city in the southwest of the country, and Tallinn, Estonia's gorgeous capital city. If you love history and old architecture, Estonia certainly has you covered, as Tallinn's Old Town is one of the most gorgeous and well-preserved medieval old towns in all of Europe. If you are more into modern architecture and high-tech vibes, Estonia also has you covered. It is a world leader in cybersecurity, digital governance, and all forms of cutting-edge technology. For me, as someone who loves both the old and the new, and someone who loves quiet, clean, well-organized locations, Estonia is the perfect place to be. And this is not even touching on all the incredible white sand beaches in the summer, or the otherworldly bogs and swamps that can practically transport you to a fantasy world. After having had the pleasure of visiting almost every city and town in Estonia, I can honestly say that whether you stay in Tallinn or explore the smaller towns, it will be a wonderful time. My only advice is that it is probably best to avoid Narva on the Russian border if you are visibly queer or simply want to avoid supporting businesses with a higher likelihood of being owned by Putin sympathizers. But otherwise, I can personally recommend every other part of the country as being both welcoming and LGBTQ friendly. Just make sure you are not too loud and that you don't expect too much small talk, and you will have a perfect trip. I hope that you found this video helpful, my friends. I personally feel it is so important to know that when I visit a country, I am both welcomed as a visitor and safe existing as an LGBTQ person. These 5 countries encapsulate both traits in equal measure, and hopefully will make it onto your future travel list. For those who are primarily seeking affordability above all else, but still want a high level of LGBTQ safety, I made a separate video covering the most affordable queer-friendly destinations, so feel free to check that out as well. And on that note, thank you friends for watching and spending time today with me as we seek to spread the word about important topics in the community. Please, consider liking this video and subscribing, as it really helps to please the algorithm gods. And if you really enjoy these videos and want to support me directly so I can keep making them on a routine basis, consider joining the Queer Kingdom officially here on YouTube by becoming a member of the channel. But just your presence here today means the world to me, so thank you for watching, for caring about our global community, and please always remember that good things do still happen even in dark times. Together, I know we can truly make the world a safer and freer place for us all. Until next time, QK out.